All right. I think I'm ready. I think everything is sorted out. I hope there's some sound. Slash, how are you, my friend? Rhino on YouTube. Who gave that guy a horn? This guy. This guy did. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, with the second episode, Season 2, A Life Uncharted. Sadly, not with everyone's favourite bogan, the Ginger King, Mr. Argo Hurston. Standing in his shoes today is Curtis Crouch. Bear with me while we organise some music, because in my typical fashion, I just wanted to get on. I should have started at 4:30, really, to be properly prepared. But we need some sort of music going on. Let's put on the good old suspense playlist. How has everyone's week started out? Let's go. Let's see what happens. Yes, my headphones are working. Lovely. That's a good sign, isn't it? I'm a professional. How's everyone's week started out? It is chilly. Chilly. We missed a stream yesterday. Didn't get a chance. But that's all right, ladies and gentlemen. Hashtag 1SPSS is a lie. It is a lie, ladies and gentlemen. Don't listen to the rumors of the ye old internet. Is my mouth tired? It must be. Well, it's going to be in a minute, because we know how we start every stream here at Crouch After Dark. I need this hot chocolate. It has been so cold tonight. Like, it got to a point during the evening where I was like, I'm not sure if it's better to have gloves on or gloves off, because my gloves were just so cold. I took them off, and after about 2 minutes, I was like, it's better with the gloves on. Ramoyne, my friend, how are you? I am a professional. If Twitch is lagging, hopefully it catches up. I'm not sure why. People do from time to time say that my audio lags a little bit on the old Twitcheroo. Ramoyne, so how's you doing this fine, sultry Lunday late afternoon / early evening? I'm very well, thanks, mate. We're back from work. We have a brand new, fresh packet of the old Tim Tams. I wasn't going to stop, because I noticed when I left for work, there were no Timmies. And I wasn't going to stop and get some. They're so terribly expensive from the petrol station that I was like, maybe now is the time when, we part with our years-long tradition. It's been over 2 years now of the Tim Tam Slam. But, ladies and gentlemen, what is the Tim Tam? No big, massive adieu. No big, massive hurrah, right? It is 2 chocolate biscuits. We all know it's got a little bit of chocolate in the middle, and then it's all wrapped up in chocolate. It is Australia's biscuit. We're going to bite off the opposite corners, as we always do at the beginning of every stream. It's going to expose the inside of this biscuit. We're going to use it like a straw to slurp up this hot chocolate, which I desperately need, even though I've had plenty of coffee tonight. The hot chocolate just warms your insides. It's going to melt the inside of this biscuit as we slurp up that delicious chocolate through this biscuit. It's going to turn it into a delicious gooey mess. We're going to put it in our cake hole, and it's going to be entirely delicious. So I've got the expenses working now. We're going to log those shortly. We're back, Season 2. We've really got to build a little bit more reputation. Hopefully there'll be a couple of tasks that we can complete around Lawville, earn a little bit more reputation so we can start unlocking some locations. Let's jump in. You've just come away from the live PU, have you, Ramoyne? We're taking your Intrepid from Orison to Bajini Point when it mysteriously exploded just off Crusader OM1. He doesn't flood feeds. He doesn't spam. But he is known as the Tim Tam Man. Sip through the biscuit. Rich and warm. A ritual now. Tradition born. Let's go, man. I need to get my mouse over here. Sip through the biscuit. Rich and warm. So good. All right, let's jump in. Let's get ourselves A Life Uncharted. Let's zoom in a little bit so you guys can see a little bit more of what's going on. Expenses. We need to log our mortgage repayment here at Lawville. So let's log our expense. We have some public transportation also here at Lawville. Let's log that in. 5,500 credits straight off the bat. And I've slightly adjusted the way ship insurance works. No longer do we pay an insurance premium. I might add it back in, but right now we pay an insurance excess if the ship is destroyed. We have to pay this excess here at Lawville. It'll ask us what ship do we want to log our insurance excess against, and right now the only ship I own is a Drake Cutlass Black. It costs 2,116,800 credits, and if we log this, you can see it's going to cost us 25,000 credits to claim this ship back. So ship crashes, not really on the menu. Luckily, you received a corpse marker, Ramon, so flew back to it from Bajini Point to your cutter, found your corpse and another body, not yours, and you looted both. That's amazing. CT, how are you, my friend, joining us on YouTube? Funny enough, when it's 35 here, it's 35 there, but one of those is Fahrenheit and one is Celsius. All right, let's get rid of that. All right, so we've logged our expenses. He'll dip that TAM, slam it through, and gift a stream. Just one or two. Hashtag 1SPSS, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's head on downstairs to the office where there's a mission giver and see what they have for us this morning. It says 28 degrees Celsius here, but feels like 32. Brutal. Once it starts getting into the 30s, that's a warm day. Mid to high 20s is nice. But once it starts getting above 30, then it starts getting warm. Out of interest, what does it say it is here? I don't know why I tabbed out then. All right, what's the weather here right now, hey? The bomb is always slightly higher, the Bureau of Meteorology. It says it's 6.7 degrees, but feels like 3.4. Oof. I can tell you 3.4 feels... it was -2 earlier. -0.2. You did discover, Ramon, that the ship interior storage does not survive ship destruction. No, it does not. Rhino, he says it's freaking boiling. You haven't played since June came out? I was watching some videos on June yesterday. Not sure it's my cup of tea. All right, what has this fellow got for us?
I'll reveal your true form.
My true form. Any tasks here at Lawville? Oh, a bounty hunter mission. We've got a warrant outstanding. High payout if you bring them in dead or alive. Open your rebel glass. You should see the bounty hunter contract. Lovely. On Monday when we started out, this guy straight up gave us a contract too. All right. So, straight into the business, eh? So you lost a full set of armor and a backpack. Yeah, it's... Oh, well. It happens, man. Take off the wig, crouch, sexy potat. How are you, my friend? All right, bounty hunter contracts, hey? Tracker beginner's permit certification. All right, so we're going to pay 1,000 credits to do our certification. I guess that's all right. Let's do this. I'm going to pay 1,000 credits, which is a bit disappointing. Go to a cave on Magda. Ooh. All right, so straight up, we're going to get 6 reputation. So as I mentioned on Monday, the reputation here should be a variable between 3 and 6. And for some reason, either we were lucky and we just got, or unlucky and we got 333. But I did notice that the calculation wasn't running correctly, so I fixed that. We're going to earn 6 reputation. We're not going to get any AUC credit for this because it's we get to pay for this contract. So be it. It's just rude. That's all it is. Let's go, Curtis. You've got hair. No wigs there. Look at those dreads. My dreads when I was younger weren't as impressive as Curtis's. I didn't have them for very long before my friends cut them off. Well, one of my friends specifically. Let's go. All right, so we're going to go pick up the ship, Melissa's Revenge, and head on over to this cave on Magda. Straight in with a task, straight up. So this is going to earn us 6 rep. We already have 9 reputation here at Longville for the task that we completed on Monday. So this will bring us to 15, which should be enough to unlock a location. Plus we've got some credits, so we can choose if we want to spend those credits on unlocking a specific location, or we can just try and unlock something random, which I'm not massively keen on because there's so many. Well, we've got a very good chance actually of unlocking a cave because there's so many caves. Silly reverse weather here in Australia. Well, we are on the other side of the world. In the land down under. Mr. Taco, how are you? You're frustrated with hauling sea cargo right now. It's awesome when it works. It makes a ton of easy money when you reach the experience level. What are the issues at the moment with Hull Sea? Why are you frustrated, my friend? Latrine. Have I ever heard of a game called Still Wakes the Deep? I have not. AUEC is worthless, to be honest. Oh, I need that AUEC. We need it. Although Curtis is doing quite well. Yeah, we've got 59 grand. I mean, the bloody guilds are taking 60% of our funds. But we still made what? 54 grand in our session on Monday, which is pretty good.
Please watch your step when disembarking the train.
And God forbid if we have a crash, to claim back our Cutlass Black, what was it? 26 grand or something? Let's snap this free stuff on the ground. These will be beacon suit stuff, right? Yeah, perfect. Get 230 credits for that helmet. You just received a paid expansion to its story. Ooh. Still Wakes the Deep. It's a horror game set on an oil rig in the North Sea in the 1970s. All right, Taco Tickler, you need as much AUEC as you can get to constantly replenish torpedoes and bombs. All right, well, throw in the chat what your in-game name is, or your in-game handle, your account name. You shall be the recipient of the first batch of expenses today.
Consult local employment offices for job opportunities.
It's only small, $5.5 grand, but like you said, as much AUEC as you can get, Mr. Taco Tickler. And then as we go through and we complete more tasks, as we did on Monday, I shall give the guild credits to somebody in chat. We need a disintegration beam to disintegrate these people. Alright, let's get the ship up. We should have everything we need aboard. This is a very low risk target, so we shouldn't have too many issues. But everything we currently own, well, the majority of the stuff that we own is currently aboard Melissa's Revenge. We can sell that stuff a little later. Oh, I need to sort out these containers. I've got to get rid of these containers. Something that we didn't start with, or shouldn't have started with. But we're in Curtis's account at the first login on Monday, so we need to get rid of those containers. Good thing refining times are going to shorten in 4.2. We'll make tons of profit faster. Oh, they're going to shorten the refining times, are they? Okay, I'm throwing this out into the open now. Anyone who wants the 5,500 credits that Curtis currently owes in his expense log, throw your account name in chat and I shall send you the credits. We'll pay our expenses. Actually, no, change my mind. I put that expense log now into second edition, and I think at the end of the session, as we did on Monday, during the session, I'll pay out the guild tax to whoever's in chat. As we're doing those tasks and whatnot, but the expenses, we're going to keep logging those, and at the end of the session, we'll pay our expenses, and we shall declare the recipient of those expenses at the end of the session. Are they cutting it by a huge amount, are they, Mr. Sexy Potat? Bounty Hunting 2.0 and the ability to restrain players / NPCs will help take care of creeps laying on the ground, ogling corpses. I'm sure the guild does appreciate my contributions. Paying them 60% of my fees, damn it. Or I guess you can say they're charging me a 60% fee for distributing work my way. It's a bit rude, but there it is. Let's go sort out this fellow. All right, we need... Let's go. Is the guild going to pay 60% of my fee? They're very happy to tax me when they get the opportunity, but if I have to pay for something, they'll charge me 60% more. $4.2 on Friday, hey? That's what I'm hearing. Pretty exciting. Haven't looked at any of the PTU stuff. But I'm excited to adventure around in the rain. Atmospheric conditions. Hopefully this is just the start of limiting ship exploration so we can get some ground vehicle stuff happening. Alright, so this guy is actually down here at this cave. Is it going to be daylight? Are we actually going to be able to find this cave? Not that I can do anything. I don't have any mining tools. Mr. Tickler, I appreciate the offer, but I have enough AUs here to cover 2 full loads of torps for the Polaris right now. Ooh. Let's get rid of this fellow. Bear with me for just a minute. Alright, so a bit of daylight. So we've got a chance. We've got a chance to be able to oh, slashes on the game. Oh, they pop in every now and then, Mr. Taco. They pop in every now and then. So we have a chance to be able to find this cave. So he's supposed to be near a cave, right? Given that it's daylight, every time we have one of these missions to go kill somebody near a cave, it's always nighttime. But we have an opportunity. Two of them. Where's the cave? I don't think we're going to find the cave. Get rid of his little friend first. Oh, are there 3 of them? Oof. I'm not going to get any extra credits for this guy because I haven't accepted call to arms. Let's deal with the target. Oof. Oh, God! Hitting a little bit of wreckage. We've done some damage to the ship. That repair bill's not going to be nice. You leave for 30 seconds slash and a scammer shows up. Well, thank you for taking care of him. I noticed that it's not there in the chat anymore, so I don't need to block and report him. So I appreciate it. You're surprised I'm not trying out the new stealth utility? What is the new stealth utility? All right, let's head on back to Lawville. Oh yeah, we need to get our house back over this way. The guild goes to great lengths to find you employment opportunities, and given the many problems currently affecting the UAE, we still manage to engage labor for our members exclusively. I'm not a huge fan of alien ships. Not a fan of alien ships. All right, let's limp this bird back home. Suffered some damage. We're missing an engine. How much is this going to cost us? Luckily, we have access to vehicle services at, well, that doesn't help me much, does it? At Lawville. Only place we have access to vehicle services at the moment. Until we earn enough reputation to start unlocking them at other locations. We can't even access them at Everest Harbour at the moment. Alrighty. Contract completed. Let's have a look. So 15 reputation at Hurston. Lovely. We should be able to unlock it. Oh, well, actually, we've got a choice now, don't we? Let's go find out how much this repair bill is going to be. Because to unlock another location, specific location of our choice, is going to cost us a minimum of 15 rep points, and maybe somewhere between, I don't know, depends on which location we unlock. I think something like Edmund is 15 grand or something. But at least that'll give us a place where you can start going looking for random loot boxes and stuff. Or even better, if we've got the cash buck dollary dues, we could unlock a distribution center. I think they're 20 grand, maybe 25. Depends on how much this repair bill is going to be. Oh no, we've got heaps of cash. We've got 59 grand. And we do need to remember that we've got to have money to pay our expenses at the end of the session. Because if we don't, there'll be fees. You always giggle when you notice the dashboard fans. Like, seriously, how much good is that going to do? Look, man, little dashboard fan does a lot, man. Keeps you cool, especially in sort of intense situations. Intense situations. So we haven't lost any weapons, luckily, because that'll pack a punch. I reckon we're going to pay 6 grand to replace this engine. Melissa's revenge limping back after a very low risk bounty. Oh, God forbid. we'll head on back, repair, see if there's any other tasks around. And if we've got the cash buck dollary dues, we might unlock a distribution center, because that'll be a good source of loot for us. Certainly for a lot of the missions that ask for harvestables and collectibles, you know, once we start unlocking Rayari missions and whatnot, or if we ever get the opportunity to pick one up. I don't know where I'm going. My hangar's over here. Hey! She does not want to behave. Alright, let's get ourselves some shields. Just a little unwieldy at the moment, missing that engine. Alright, we're on the ground. Let's see how much this is going to cost. $1.2k and $3.2k to restock. To restock what? Rude. All right, so let's jump into our expenses. We need to add in some... what? Why is that not working? Where the hell? Vehicle services. Send out mechanics to repair and refuel your ship. I don't know. Let's make it 1,500. Sounds good to me. Gonna hide all those. Alright, so now we can log some vehicle expenses here at Lawville. Mr. Tucker, you don't miss the days of uncontrollable spin in the cutter after losing an engine. Oh, God. Yeah, that was brutal. You do like the Aztecing, the mottling on the ship. I can't remember what paint that's called. Let's get our repairs sorted out. It's just a pity about the ship itself. There's nothing wrong with the Cutlass Black. Alright, hopefully this is being repaired. We'll find out when we come back, hey? Ramoyne, you suspect some players are abandoning ships at or very close to OM markers. I think my Intrepid blew up because it hit a ship as it came out of Quantum at OM1. Yeah, very possible. Very possible. I don't know if people are doing it intentionally because, you know, there's quite a number of, you know, drop-in points. The mistletoe paint scheme, I think. Yeah, I wonder... what is it? Let's have a look. Oh, it's locked because it's not stored. Don't know why it landed at the far end of the hangar. Just to get my daily steps in, you know? Alright, I think there's a mission giver over at New Deal. Okay, so they've repaired our engine, but they've left it on. Perfect. It's a bit rude. We'll put it away.
Vehicle retrieval system. Your vehicle has been moved to a please visit.
I'm not saying it's Cybertruck ugly, but I still don't like the look of Cuddies. And the Cutlass Black, it's a good ship. I don't mind the look of it, you know. It looks like a spaceship. Like, I like the Andromedas because it looks like a spaceship. The Cutlass was your first pledge. Was it, Tickler? It cost me $90 and it was much smaller than what it is now. $90, hey? Well, if you've got it in your buybacks, it's a good price for a Cutlass Black. What are they now? 135 or 115 or something? $110. All right, let's head on into New Deal. I'm pretty sure there's a mission giver here. Oh, hang on. Let's have a quick look, right? Let's go to locations. So, Hurston. Let's have a look for... okay, so we've got 12 rep points to spend. We don't have 16. What is 12 rep points going to get us? Underground facilities. Okay, well this is slightly tricky, underground facilities. We could unlock the drug farm. It's a hidden location. Echo Isle. Damn it, we need more rep. How much have we got? 15. We need to do another task. Or, I think the only thing that's going to cost us 8 forward operating bases. Well, there's nothing at those bases, not even loot boxes or anything. And a bunch of rivers. Okay, well, rivers we'll worry about later on. Huzzah for equality. That's the first female body you've seen laying about. Well, maybe the females don't die as often. You didn't fly either of them, Taco? You just sat in the hangar? I was excited back then just to spawn in your hangar. Yeah. The game has changed a lot. Alright, let's go see if this guy's got any work for us. Hello, mister. Doth you have any work here? Where are we? We're in Lawville. Any tasks available? Nah, nothing. Bummer. Alright, let's go check the hospital. Run! Run quickly! You like the Cutlass Black from the first moment you saw it, Ramoyne? You became a fan of the Drake interstellar family of ships. I love Drake. I'm a big Drake fan, man. You know, not even just from a lore perspective, but from a design perspective. I love the simplicity of Drake ships. I love their, you know, practical nature. You know, it's the everyman ship, right? Like the Cutter series is so good. Especially the Cutter Rambler, right? You know, that's why Argo has one. The good old Archie Bunker. YouTube is super picky about words related to grim things. I don't think I've got any filters on words that you can't use. Maybe it's on Stream Elements end. Either way, odds so many normal words get censored out of chat replay. Yeah, it's strange. I don't think I've got any censorship running. So what it's trying to chop out, I've no idea. Oh, you absolutely loathed the Connie series from first sight, did you? Oh man, I love the Connies. All right, let's we'll head through the hospital. See if they've got any activities for us there. If they don't, we'll go down to reclamation and disposal.
The right to search travelers at any time.
See if they've got something for us there. If they don't, then we'll head over to the TDD and see if they've got something for us there. Where are the rest of the task givers here in Lawville? Oh yes, the residence tower. Oh, we've been there already. So we need to hit up the other 5 before we can go back to our friend at the desk. When did we get that activity from him? 4:31. It's just after 5. Sort of give it about an hour between mission givers, I reckon. It's no hard and fast rules, but you know we'll give it a little bit of time.
Do not block doors.
Dude, can't we just get on trains like normal people? Rude. You've used Connie's Remoyne, but you cannot warm to them.
Or attempting to trespass on
You
city
just
property
do not like them
and station
at all. It's fair enough. Fair enough. The Connie does need a bit of a rework for its habitation area,
Metro Center.
but
Transfers to the perimeter, spaceport, and industry lines.
man, these bodies around the place have only started since bloody Invictus Week, man. He just doesn't like space penises. It is like a space penis, isn't it?
Transfers to the perimeter, spaceport, and industry lines.
Connie is said space penis. Oh boy. Man, I'm glad work's over, man. It was so cold tonight. But it was a nice cruisy night. Nice and easy. We had all four members, full team. 4 members in my crew tonight. Normally 2 of them get pulled away to join another crew later in the shift, so it only ends up being 2 of us.
In her book, Dynamics of a Mindful Life, Maria
All right, what do you guys got here?
that good health
We
is the
are
foundation upon which
obviously at
all
Lawville.
successful endeavors are built.
Nothing.
That's why it is so important
Nothing
to
for
start
you
each
right
day
now,
with a
chum.
healthy breakfast to give all
Heats
your
up.
endeavors
And everyone's laying
nutritionally
low.
balanced
Try me later, or perhaps someone else has something on their board. All right.
You're looking good. Been up to much?
We'll head on down to reclamation and disposal. What was this guy's name?
Dynamics of a Mindful Life, Maria
He's got an unusual name.
Health isn't merely the concern of the individual. It takes everyone working together to build a healthy and thriving community.
Otherwise,
That's why
we might need to bounce out of Lawville and head on over to Everest Harbour, which would kind of suck a little bit because I'm really keen to build some reputation here at Hurston so we can start unlocking some locations to go and start doing some missions. Once we start doing some missions, we can start earning some guild credits. Once we earn guild credits, we can start using the Moby Glass at will. This Connie's just scream, aim here. Well, look, there's a lot of ships that have issues with their design from a defense perspective.
Quest? I'm already on a quest.
There's no quests here, Slash. There's no quests. There is always a quest, is there? Why is he just walking forward? What has happened? Stop. Interesting. Let me see if I can refund Slash's points before it expires. It's no longer refundable. You got more than enough, Slash. Good old Timmy's. I can't remember this dude's name. I'll go see if he's got anything for us. I'm looking for work.
Did you know why we drink water? Because we can't eat it.
Good to see the sound alerts are playing, though. True, true. Damn it. Nothing. Nothing. All right, so the TDD is the last place for us. Oh, I did say on Monday that I was going to change it from the TDD.
Let's do this thing. Whoa!
Where did I say I was going to change it to? There's not very many. Oh, to the admin office. That's right. Because I was saying I wanted to leave the TDD location free as another source of
Did you know
frustration, so to
because we
speak.
can't eat it.
You're almost tempted, Cross, to just spam the quest prompt just to burn some of the 57,000 points you have. I think what I need to add in is what Acorn was talking about. I think on the weekend, when we streamed on the weekend, right, it's hard to spam anything with a huge cooldown. Well, you know, I had to put the cooldown for the quests in to really rein Argo's cash buck dollary dues in, because it was becoming a little bit ridiculous. Argo was earning too much cash buck dollary dues. I've got to put in what Acorn was talking about in terms of, you know, having a player-orientated task. If only he put up some meaningful redemptions. I know, I'm so bad. I really need to sort out my Twitch. Really need to sort out my Twitch. What are some meaningful redemption suggestions? What do you guys suggest, hey?
Can I help you?
Yes. I'd like a room. No, I'd like to know if you've got any tasks available. Oh my god! At present, no assignments have been authorized for your profile. I can has Pedro. We can't has Pedro. Pedro causes me problems on YouTube. All right. We're out of options. We are out of options. Crouch says we can't have fun. YouTube says I can't have fun. YouTube says I can't have fun.
Need a job?
I've already got one strike for using that bloody Pedro sound alert. 3 strikes and that's the end of the YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. I just don't make the rules. But if I want to have a YouTube channel, I've got to follow them.
Do not be sorry. Be better.
What about Everest Harbour? Yeah, we're going to have to head up to Everest Harbour. Good, let's get rid of YouTube. Who needs them? I do. That's my ancestral home, man. I can't abandon YouTube. Admittedly, I don't do any video content or anything. I don't create videos to put on YouTube. If I was a real content creator, I'd be cutting up my streams and, you know, taking little bits and pieces from it
Transfers to the perimeter, spaceport, and industry lines.
to make some VODs to get them views. I'm about to log into game just to blast Pedro on station for Cross. We can't do it. Much sadness. All right, we'll head up into Everest Harbour and go see what those guys have got up there. We'll start building some rep up there, and then we'll come back to Lawville a little bit later on and check and see what's happening. Hopefully somebody has something. We need one more freaking task. Again, tasks are only earning us reputation at this point, not guild rep.
Do not lock doors.
But once we can unlock a location to go to, we can start earning both guild rep and reputation.
Trespassing or attempting to trespass on train tracks is serious and dangerous. Next stop,
For chat interactions, Twitch is much better. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing about YouTube, right? You know, YouTube really is a VOD platform. Not really a streaming platform. Simply because of the interactions between chat and the streamer. YouTube just doesn't have the functionality that Twitch has. And who knows when YouTube will have it, if they even do bother about it.
step away from the platform edge.
But you know, there are people who just prefer to watch on YouTube, who don't use Twitch. So it makes sense to stream in both locations. It's just, you know, for those people who are watching on YouTube, they just don't get to participate. But yes, I do need to do something about my Twitch. I'm very thankful and very fortunate to have, you know, a very supportive community on Twitch. And so I do need to sort out my offerings for those people who choose to part with their cashbuck dollary dues or have been gifted a subscription by very generous members of the community like Slash and Flossie and Motherfig and, you know, these people who are constantly gifting out subs to people. What are they getting for their cashbuck dollary dues? Well, I need to sort that out.
Do not accept any Hurston employees as passengers without valid
Ramoyne coming in. Oh boy. YouTube has a better class of observer. Oh boy. Can't abide Twitch. Far too busy an interface. Be thankful I'm not one of those Twitch streamers, right, that have chaos going on their screen all the time with little characters bouncing around, and it gets crazy on some people's streams. You watch a certain tuber, Hey Cross, who writes his own music. He specifically has uploaded, put some in public domain and loaded them to YouTube for others to use. And then YouTube hit him with a strike for his own tune. Incredible. I just feel that my contributions help the content creator on Twitch than YouTube. It's true. It's true. You see this across, you know, larger channels. Is there are YouTube members versus Twitch subscribers, people parting with cashbuck dollary dues, is always much, much higher on Twitch than it is on YouTube. Now, I'm not here to earn the cash buck dollar dues. I certainly appreciate it, and it is wonderful. I don't have any intentions of being a full-time streamer. But for those people who are, you know, there's significantly more financial support from Twitch than there is from YouTube in terms of, you know, membership. Even from an ad perspective, you know, ad revenue across both platforms is fairly ordinary. But unless you're getting big views on YouTube, the ad revenue on YouTube isn't fantastic. And obviously, you know, it's not fantastic on Twitch either. YouTube does have the advantage, although I've cut the ads back from 1.5 minutes per hour on Twitch to 30 seconds per hour. But YouTube does have the advantage of, you know, not playing so many ads. But that, you know, now that I've changed it to, you know, 30 seconds of ad per hour on Twitch, which is the minimum, hopefully it's not too bad. You're not dissing Twitch, Ramoyne. You just find it looks way too busy and rather flashy, and it jars with you a little bit. Yeah, that's fair enough. You know, if both platforms were the same, you know, what would make them different? That's, well, I mean, if both platforms were the same, it would be a little bit boring, right? You know. I'll admit that I'm just so used to watching YouTube that, you know, I very rarely open Twitch. Unless I check YouTube and there's nothing going on and I'm like, oh, I wonder if anyone's live. Then I'll go to have a bit of a poke around on Twitch. All right, let's head up to Everest Harbour. I mean, we can start earning some rep up at Everest Harbour. Obviously, we can't earn any more rep here at Lawville. No one has any work. But I guess the good thing about getting some rep or starting to earn some rep up at Everest Harbour is we can start unlocking some of the facilities up there. Like right now, we can't even repair or refuel anywhere except for Lawville. Oh my God, Slash.
Gifted a subscription. Welcome to the After Dark Slam Squad bedroom. Enjoy the dim times.
All right, we got an ad coming up in 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Just so everyone on Twitch is aware. Oh, I missed how many he's given. How do I make that louder in my headphones, damn it? Slash gifting out a tier 1 sub to Pedro. Oh, madness. Oh, let's get into some nav mode. Star Citizen physics question. There is no physics. If you're standing on a ship lift doors when they open, do you move with the door or does it slide out from under you? You know, who the hell knows, man? Who the hell knows? You only got YouTube Premium to help content creators, Tucko, but I still don't know how it helps. So the YouTube Premium, it pays the YouTube content creator a higher percentage of, that's the wrong button, this one, of any revenue earned from ads. So normally, you know, if you're watching and you're seeing ads, the content creator will earn a little bit of money from those ads. But if you're paying as a YouTube member, then YouTube shares some of that with the channels that you watch. Alrighty. Let's see what's happening up at Everest Harbour. Episode 2, Season 2. ALU. See, Curtis doesn't have any personality. There's no story to Curtis. He doesn't have a little catchphrase. He doesn't have a moniker. You know? Unlike Argo, the Ginger King, everyone's favourite bogan. And even, you know, Melissa's Revenge, it's just not as cool as the Archie Bunker, right? The good old Cutter Rambler. Far more versatile ship, but, you know, it's just not the same. It's just not the same. Oh, boy. Whoa! Took us out of SCM mode into nav mode. That was a dangerous situation. Curtis is a cipher. He is an enigma. Every time you see this semicircle station, you picture the Star Wars scene. What's the Star Wars scene? My Star Wars knowledge is subpar, ladies and gentlemen. Subpar. It's time to rewatch. I need to get the ninja to sit down with me and watch a little bit of Star Citizen, hey? Kind of like what Curtis is wearing. It's very Drake, right? Actually, it matches the ship quite nicely. And he flies through, protected by plot armor, and blows up the whole thing easy peasy. Alright, we'll store the ship. I'm just going to make this a habit, right? After the number of destroyed ships I've had recently from leaving them in the hangars, we cannot afford some freaking... We've got some landing fees we're going to pay here at Everest Harbour. Oh, and you know the stupid annoying thing? We've got to rent a hangar now to put this freaking ship in. $2,000! Are you serious? I should have left it on the pad. $1,000 credits just to land here, and then they want $2,000 to keep the ship safe. Rude. Rude. We haven't even earned any money yet.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following place.
Everest Harbour does kind of look like a gutted out Trade Federation vessel. Oh, speaking of vessels, someone's managed to find a way to get a ship in here. When will this stop? Oh, 2 ships. It's quite a number of people here. And they got to find a way to stop this from happening, ma'am. All right. Where the hell? Obviously, the admin center is going to help us out. Let's head there. These interior ships all scream, just sit that anywhere. Sir, You cannot park here. Even with a valid permit, you are going to have to move your vessel. Was one of those wrecks an eclipse? I'm not sure. Not sure. I'm not good with my ships, you know? I've got to play more Shipley. All right. What do you have, my friend? Where are we? Activity logs. Up at Everest Harbour. Let's go. Yes, it's a collection mission. Got a retrieval job if you're interested. Simple grab and go, but watch your step out there. Open the Moby glass. Let's add it in. 4 reputation up here at Everest Harbour. Let's go. What have we got? Contracts, offers, collection. Okay, so new to the system. So Wicklow wants a snaggle stick, some coffee, and some Tundra Copion horn. Otherwise, Rayari wants some cave Copion horns. Well, where the hell are we supposed to find some caves? This is stupid. Because there's no way that you can scan for caves. There's no way you can go to caves. There's no way to add caves to your star map. Okay, but I guess we do have the option here. We do have the option of unlocking some caves on Hurston. We only need 8 rep, and caves are 5 grand, right? Oh, no, they're not. No, they're not. That's all right. We've got the rep to unlock caves. Oh, do we? I don't think we do. Are caves bloody... Oh, man, we need 20 rep to unlock a cave. I guess they do have treasures. They do have treasures. 20 grand and 20 rep. Brutal. That's brutal. I'm sure a big grown-up like yourself can figure something out. Well, we can't just fly around and discover them. But, you know, if we do enough jobs for people, we'll earn the reputation to be able to unlock a cave. Sand caves would give us a good opportunity to find some janelite. Rock caves will give us copions. Isn't there a website that has marked all the caves in both Stanton and Pyro? Yeah, Verse Guide, which is what I've used to build this locations list. I haven't done Herd Quirtly yet. I haven't put Pyro in yet. It's a whole bunch of work after I've got everything running properly for version 2 of A Life Uncharted. Then I can just go put all the Pyro stuff in and then everything will just work. But whilst we're still tweaking things and fixing things up, man, we're up to 10,000 credits worth of expenses so far. Okay, so I guess we need to do this for Wicklow. Because we can... Snaggle sticks, we can buy snaggle sticks, we can buy some coffee. We can head up to Microtech to find some Tundra Copion horns. Do I not have some? I don't think so. All right, let's accept that. Version 3 will have Nix. Well, hopefully. Let's accept this Wicklow contract. Are we going to get a bloody shirt from him, aren't we? We're going to get paid nothing. Oh, man, we haven't earned any money, man. Activity log. So we're going to earn 4 rep. No AUEC. No guild credits. At least we'll earn some reputation. We got 9 minutes to do this in. Okay, so how the hell? No, surely no. We can't just have 9 minutes. We've got to go freaking find some tundra copions. So a snaggle stick, smoke daddy, and a get up coffee with milk. I think I can get the coffee here, but the snaggle stick, I don't think so. Suck it up and get it over with. Get what over with? Putting the data in. All right, so the food court. I don't think I can find the snaggle stick here. Life. No way, man. It's never going to be over with. All right, so we should be able to find here some coffee. I don't think we're going to find the snaggle stick. Mission's timed now. I don't think so. I think that timer is for how long there is to accept that specific mission. And then it expires and a new one will be spawned in. That might need you to collect different things. So I'm pretty sure we can open from here, from Elroy's.
How you doing?
We can get a coffee.
Everything going all right?
Hey there.
Maybe we can't. Here we go. Coffee. That's the one we want. Get up coffee with milk. Let's grab one of those. Is there a juice bar here? There is. Lovely.
Hey. Hi there.
Snaggle sticks. I don't think I'm going to be able to find snaggle sticks here. Let's go get ourselves some... Do they have water here? Water or juice would be very nice to have. Thank you very much. Because cruise is not very good for hydration. You don't even play the game anymore, Slash? You haven't even reinstalled it? That's fair enough. Honestly, you know, we're 2 years away from Star Citizen, you know, feeling like a game. Which is why I've gone to all this effort to build my own game within the game. One more, and a couple of bottles of juice. Some smoothies. Berry blend. Actually, a smoothie would be real nice right now. How do I have 88 grand in my wallet? What have I earned money from? I haven't done anything that would have earned me money. That doesn't make any sense. All we've done is complete this tracker permit. You sure you'll reinstall it when it comes winter time, Slash? Right now it's too flippin' hot to sit gaming in my office. Unless it's sim racing. Oh, excuse me. The clerk stole Curtis's jacket, did he? Give me my jacket back. Need a new jacket. All right, snaggle sticks and stuff. I can't find them here. There's just not a store that's good enough. Okay, so I guess we can go up to New Bab.
How you doing?
We can head up to New Babbage. We need to go to Microtech anyway to look for some Tundra Copion horns.
How you doing?
And we should be able to get some snaggle sticks. Smoke Daddy. Up at the old Bab. All right. Let's not forget to grab our drinks on the way out. Oh, you could have stacked them for me. All right, so we'll stick that in there. Let's have a bottle of water. A bottle of water. Bottle of water. Let's have a nice cold bottle of water. Whilst we're here, let's leave that there. Let me have a think about this. Let's go and have a quick look. Actually, let's not hang out in the elevator. That's a bit creepy. Let's go hang out here in the corner. That's not creepy at all. Life Uncharted. So, I don't think there's any rules. Sir, pick that up and throw it in a bin. You are better than that. I don't think that there's any rules about only accepting one task at a time. And there's no hard and fast rules in here about, just checking your location over and over for new contracts outside of, just be a bit reasonable. So what we might do, the disappointment is real. You call yourself a space janitor. Not me, man. That's Argo, man. And we're not playing on Argo's account today. You've decided, have you, Ramoyne, to open a can of Compton Oaks medium cider. Just the thing to cool one on a sultry evening. Compton Oaks medium cider. It's a silver winner in the World Cider Awards. Open a can today. All right, let's go. Where the hell are the task givers at space stations? All right, so we went to the admin office. So we can go to the cargo deck. There's no refinery here. So we can go to, let's go to the cargo center, Kelto and the Hab, and see if these guys have got anything. Chad, I think we have a case of the schizophrenia on our hands. Well, hey, listen, there's no schizophrenia going on here. This man is clearly very different than, than Argo, right? Much like me, when this guy has a shower, he doesn't wash off, man. He's completely different than Argo is, man. And we all know what I'm talking about. Looks the same to me. All right, let's check out what these guys have.
Hello.
Hello. Have you got glasses on? You do. Can I knock you out and take them? Give me the glasses. Does this guy up here at Everest Harbour have any tasks available? He's got a bounty hunter mission. Let's accept that. For rep for this activity. Let's go. That's the wrong button. Let's have a look what bounty hunter contracts have been offered. Whole bunch of player apprehension bounties. I'm not sure about that. To be honest, I rarely ever drink cider or beer or ale. But when the weather gets a bit too hot for me, I sometimes indulge. Let's accept this. A very low risk target for Bhagwan Rodenberg. They have several known associates with criminal records, so they may not be alone, so arm up and exercise caution when engaging. All right, lovely. Let's accept that contract. Go to lowdown. Oh, is this a raider bunker mission? Loot. All right, so actually, you know what I could do instead of having janitorial work is you can earn rep at a location by cleaning up. So that bottle and stuff, I can, like I've got my expense log, I can put in a, another log that, I can log my janitorial work, for lack of a better, term at this present point in time. Let's go back to hangers and habs. We can check both Kelto and the easy habs. And put a little log in. So as I clean up bottles and stuff, which is that's really all there is these days, is just bottles, right? We can't find med gowns anymore. Oh, and the occasional med pen.
Whether it's a simple case of sniffles
All right.
something more
Hello.
right treatment to improve your health,
Please give me a service.
isn't only about available.
Can I use your terminal? I can't.
Ask your med tech for
Um,
additional medical services.
All right. What do you have here up at Everest Harbour? Third time lucky? Or all assignments have been filled? All assignments have been allocated to other agents. Maintain readiness and check back later. Or ask at the other offices. Someone might have something. All right, let's check the easy habs. See if these guys have got anything. Yeah, I was going to say I could have like a weightage of different sorts of stuff. Obviously, we can't clean up bodies. So I guess the only things that we can clean up are, pens, different sorts of pens, and bottles. Med gowns and stuff aren't available anymore. Yo, dude, what's going on? Oh, give me your glasses, man. Whack, 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 whack. Someone is having a curry, are they, Ramoyne? I can smell something spicy wafting through my open window. Oh, boy. Makes you hungry. Everest Harbour kicking out the missions. Another collection contract. Okay. Let's accept this. 6 rep points. Okay, so if we finish all of these, we're going to get 14 rep points. Why is guild credits empty? Let's stick that in there. But the only issue we have at the moment is the only collection contract we have right now is this one for Rayari. 20 cave copions. It's going to pay us 69,000. This is the Rayari contract, right? Okay. I wonder if we actually get a marker for that contract, right? If we accept that contract and we have to go to a cave to get cave copion horns, does it give us markers to caves? I mean, I guess we can check it, right? You know, contracts. I really doubt it. Okay, no. All we get is a marker for delivering the shipment. Love that little area with no atmosphere. Does anyone recognize the ship? Is it a Gladius? All right. Choices. The cave copions is going to be an issue. Unless
Welcome to the ASOP
we head
vehicle
back to
retrieval system.
Lorville
Please visit us
and
again.
unlock a cave. And then we can just spam that cave. It would make sense before we do that to buy a mining attachment. I don't think we currently own a mining attachment. What's the time? 10 to 6. At this slow pace, unless we start running around everywhere, I don't think we're going to get time to do all of these contracts.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system. Your vehicle
Let's
has
do
been
the bounty
delivered to the
contract.
location. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
That's the wrong button. So contracts. What have we got? Bounty hunter contract. So we're going to get paid 24 grand to do this one. That we can immediately do. Let's do this one. That's the wrong button. I need a calculator. I need to build this into the sheet. So the guild's going to take 14,400 credits from this contract. Rude. Rude. So we've got 10,000 credits worth of expenses in the log at the moment, which we'll give to somebody. Let's get ourselves into a higher rate of momentum. Yes, Curtis. Let's go. We got a bounty to collect, which the freaking guild's going to take 60% of. But we may be able to find some armor and some loot and some weapons and stuff, which will make up for it, because at the moment, the guild doesn't... it doesn't take a cut of my loot. That was a Gladius. I wonder if an SRV can pull it out of the station. I don't know. Slash, my friend, thank you so much for hanging around, mate. Appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for gifting out that sub to Pedro. Have a good one, buddy. Okay. Go to lowdown on Hurston to find the target. Clear navigation.
Understood, sir. Accessing Skylink and clearing route.
All right, let's head on down to Hurston. So this is a bunker mission for a bounty, right? Which means we're going to have to go in on foot. All right. Enough of that nonsense. Because this facility is not going to be friendly to us, so we're going to have to land somewhere. Go in on foot, which is going to make looting that place frustrating. See, it'd be sweet with these facilities that are offensive towards you to be able to go in, do your mission, and then go take out some fuses to shut down the defenses. Then go get your ship and bring it back. Oh God, it's nighttime too. So that you can bring your ship right up to the facility. This is unfortunate. Why did we stop 40 kilometers out? Doesn't it normally take you to within 20 kilometers? I say this is unfortunate because it's going to make finding a place to land a little harder. And by a little harder, quite a lot harder. Oh, he may not necessarily be... Go to lowdown on Hurston. He may not actually be on the ground, right? He may be in a ship near lowdown. Yep. Yep, okay. But does this mean we can go down to lowdown anyway and go raid it? Oh my God, wonderful aiming. Where is this dude? Why am I not getting the normal details about how far away and stuff he is? Is there nobody in the seat? This is unusual. Wow. He's started to move now. I'm really hesitant about getting lower because I know I'm going to crash into the ground. There we go. Boom. Oh, any chance of finding cargo is gone. So what do you reckon? Does this mean we can go and find lowdown? And go raid it? The ship needs all close encounters lights. Those ships were bright as. I do not know it. I mean, we haven't unlocked lowdown, but we are here. Can we go raid it? I mean, the fact that we can't see it and I'm having to use my quantum to locate it, that seems just a little bit sus to me. Never seen Close Encounters? I don't think I have. Okay, it's right beneath me. Alright, let's sit down here. Of course, we're going to land on a cactus or something, aren't we? Alright. Actually, I don't want to do that. Let's leave our shields and everything on. Let's go max shields. As much as we can. Let's turn our engines off. No, I don't know if I've seen Close Encounters or not. I'm not sure. Anyway, the ships are bright. It would make landing... Oh, look, it's one of the big issues with the game. Alright, let's store all this stuff. If we can at least make out with some weapons and stuff. Then at least that'd be something. Yeah, we'll be able to get back in. No problems. All right, let's go have a look, hey? We completed our mission, by the way, so 14,400. Anybody in chat want the guild fee? 14,400. If you do, put your name in the chat. And you can get the guild fee. Do not fall down the mountain, please. We've got 10,000 credits worth of expenses to pay. We'll give that away at the end. All right. Wallet. Solstice. Solstice Newer. 14,400 for the guild. For the guild! Looks like the sun is rising. What is this location? Is it an underground facility or like a drug lab or something? I don't even know if I needed to land out here. It's got a hangar and stuff. It may be a forward operating base. The guild thanks you for your contributions. Look, we're here. Let's go have a look. I was going to say we could have a look at the locations list and it will tell us what sort of location it is. That kind of breaks my immersion, right? At least this way I'm going to learn what lowdown is. I'm pretty sure it's a forward operating base. In which case we could have landed right there. And B, there'd be nothing here. No loot boxes or anything at these forward operating bases just yet. Which is a bit disappointing. I thought it was going to be like a bunker. But I don't think that's the case. Yeah, let's get a landing pad. And the fact that we sort of flew over it and didn't take any shots. I don't think there's anything here. Certainly we won't be able to go in any of these habs or anything. Could climb up, but I can't just jump over this little ledge. There we go. I'm pretty sure this is a forward operating base. And I've never seen loot boxes at any of these forward operating bases, these FOBs that I've come to investigate. We are on a fool's errand. A fool's errand, ladies and gentlemen. Another location just waiting for life. Waiting for some missions, waiting for people to fight, waiting for loot to be found. That's a bummer. So, here's a question, right? I have organically come across this location. A, by accepting a mission that took me to this location. So would this now be unlocked on my map? You know, by that logic, any location that a mission takes me to. So for example, if I accept a mercenary contract and it takes me to a UGF, does that UGF become unlocked for me? We kind of are. Is that a loot box? Missiles. Look at this. We are kind of discovering these locations, right? And so in my mind, as I'm exploring around and I come across a location, it would become unlocked on the star map, right? One of the advantages, I guess, of having access to missions that take you to locations is that if, for example, if it took us to a cave and I dealt with my bounty and I managed to find the cave, it would then be unlocked on my star map, yes? Ramoyne says it should be. It should be as you were exploring the location. Yeah, that's true. All right, I'm pretty sure there's nothing here. The sun is rising. Which is a bit of a shame. It would be sweet to be able to find some loot here. But I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think there's anything at these locations just yet. All right. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and find... Here we go. Lowdown. Have we discovered it? Yes. It is indeed a forward operating base. Let's go. So at this point, it's just acting as a spawn point for ship bounties. What is that? Like, throw another 100 of these locations onto each planet and moon and put loot, factions, so that you might get into a fight or you might not. It's a wreck. Oh, that's the bounty I came after. This is Hurston looking beautiful. Oh, let's go see if there's a pilot here. See if there's a pilot body we can loot. Doesn't look like it. Looks like its weapons and stuff, or its ports are locked. Oh God. Can I get inside? I saw the option pop up. Oh, popped up briefly. Can we get inside? Unlock its ports and take its mining head? Not that it's probably going to be worth a great deal, but we've got to claim back some of that money that the freaking guild has taken from us. Nah, doesn't look like it. Nah, let's move on. No pilot in the seat. It's a bit disappointing. That's cool though. That is cool though. Let's go. Hurston does have some beautiful places. It does have some beautiful places. Like once you get into the green zones, the grasslands and stuff, it's really, really nice. Yes, let's go. All right, we got 6:15. We got about an hour or so to try and get these other two contracts completed. One of them I don't think we're going to be able to do, and that's the cave copions. But we certainly should be able to get Wickerloo's mission done. We need a snaggle stick and and some Tundra Copion horns. Let's go. Microtech, here we come. Man, the days when there's just loads of locations you can fly around and scan and, you know, discover stuff is going to be so good. discover new locations and slowly expand and unlock your star map and your list of, you know, potential destinations. And set a course for microtech. I'll do it. He's having trouble hearing me. All right, so we might as well go to New Babbage to start with. We have the coordinates for New Bab. This will at least allow us to buy the snaggle stick. Excuse me, that Wicklow needs. Let's get into nav mode, that might help. All right, we're off. So I'm happy with the system at the moment. I'm really enjoying, you know, these tasks, having to first, you know, do some things around either Lawville or in this case, you know, for Everest Harbour, someone up at Everest Harbour, to be able to, you know, start. Excuse me. Oh yeah. To start the game, so to speak. These are kind of like the starting zone sort of missions, and then once we've earned enough reputation to unlock a location that we can then start expanding out into and branching out into, to start doing some you know, missions sort of activities. I like it. 2 sessions in and we'll have enough rep to unlock a location. And I guess if you had a longer play session, 4 or 5 hours, you'd be able to branch out of that starting location. Excuse me. Oh, I'm so tired. I'm a professional. Tim Tam. Chocolate. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. So what sort of cash buck dollary dues are we on? 98 grand. Like it. It's certainly not the penny pinching that Argo is used to. We're actually able to earn some cash. Your qualification also allows you to pursue bounties for individuals whose current abilities and resources are unknown. These should be undertaken with caution. So these are the entrenched bounties. Cornerstone Development's Guide to Maintenance. When approaching any issue, Cornerstone Developments advise using the STOP method. Stock up, troubleshoot, observe, and proceed. This handy acronym is designed to help citizens remember the essentials of repair work. Something to do with engineering, perhaps? Crosshair, May 2955. Security increased ahead of Invictus Week. Oh, these are the news articles that we see on the loading screen. All right. The Bab. Let's see if we can find ourselves a snaggle stick of the Smoke Daddy variety. Why is this locked? Oh, there we go. Cool down. Now, there is a... Let's just go to the spaceport. There's a store at the spaceport. We'll check there. Of course. OBS disconnected and reconnected. Okay, good. YouTube and Twitch say we're both still live. Good to see. Really am hoping there's a snaggle stick here. And that prospector before took a beating, man. I was super surprised how long he was just hit after hit after hit after hit. Bit chunky, hey, the prospector. Freaking landing fees. Landing fees at New Babbage. Now, I don't think I'm going to store the ship. 2,000 credits for them to put the ship away is a little bit extreme. Let's go. Just realized one of the issues, well, I didn't just realize, it's been a problem many times, is wearing clothing like this. If I need to collect a bunch of stuff, I can't put it in a backpack, like a tote bag or a satchel or something. I have to come back, put some armor on, put a backpack on, go to the inventory, collect my stuff, take it back to the ship. Seven likes on the old YouTube tonight for episode 2. A Life Uncharted at 6:30, hey. Okay, we've got to crank through this. Hopefully we can find some Tundra Copions relatively quickly.
Welcome to New Babbage.
Welcome to New Babbage. Okay, more dead bodies everywhere. So this is the store that I was thinking of that will have snaggle sticks. Here we go. No.
Welcome to the New Babbage Interstellar Spaceport.
Crap.
Hello, and welcome to New Babbage.
They don't have them.
City of microtech. We're creating innovation.
Nutrition bars.
Creativity.
Located downtown with a luxurious sapphire brand.
Protein bars. Here we go. Snaggle protein stick. Pepper. Smoke Daddy. Yes. Perfect. Perfect. A snaggle stick
And welcome to New Babbage.
of the Smoke Daddy variety. Let's go. Man, the music's gotten a bit intense with this drumming, hasn't it? Tundra Copion. We've got weapons, we've got rounds. We just need one little herd. Is it a herd of Tundra Copion? Most convoluted DoorDash ever. A little bit. A little bit. But this is the thing, right? This is the running around that you're on. And during this running around, you know, you'd get other side quests that pop up. Hey, you. I need your help. Got a minute? No. Keep running. Oh, yeah. What has this guy got? I'll add another side quest to my list. Let's go. But right now, the side questies don't happen. Might behoove to buy a bunch of sticks to have in future in case you get the same quest. Indeed. Indeed. We've got the cash buck dollar dues and we could certainly do that. But any of those sorts of things that I come across, I'll definitely loot. We'll be looting everything. Because you find those sorts of snaggle sticks in loot boxes and stuff. Which is what I was saying earlier on. I think the first location that I'd unlock is a distribution center. Need 20 rep for that. I think right now we've got 16, right? Or something like that. Let's have a look. Player profile. 15. 15 rep at Hurston. So we need one more good task that's going to give us 6 rep. And then we'll have 21 reputation points to spend. We can spend 20 of those to unlock a distribution center. And then the distribution center will give us, you know, the loot boxes in all the maintenance tunnels. It'll be a good source of every now and then some armor. Rarely a weapon, but they can be found. But then a whole bunch of harvestables, like Prota and all that sort of stuff. A whole bunch of this sort of stuff. All these harvestables, Prota, Amiyoshi Plague, Blue Bilva, which is what Rayari wants a lot of. As well as, you know, various different types of, you know, chocolate bars and protein sticks and all that sort of stuff. Clear navigation. Get most of them at that shop in New Babbage Spaceport, the one with all the penguins. Yeah, that's where we just went. That's where we just went, Ramoyne. Picked up our snaggle stick. Nothing on the map. Okay, why then can I not see any urge quirtlers? Comaray. Orbital marker. Alright, let's head on down. I don't know, somewhere around here looks good to me. Go see if we can find some Tundra Copion. We just need 3. And then we can unlock Wicklow missions. Though I don't know how beneficial those are going to be for us. I think I have to go to a couple of places to get locations of Tundra Copion. Well, we'll find them here on Microtech for certain. And their spawn rate has certainly been increased over 4.1 when these... was it 4.0 when Wicklow was introduced? 4.1, I think it was 4.1. And Tundra Copion was so hard to find. In our session on the weekend or on Monday or whenever it was, we found loads of them. What we couldn't find was freaking Tundra quasi-grazers. In the Tundra, we found heaps of Tundra Copion and lots of boreal quasi-grazers, but no Tundra quasi-grazers in the Tundra, or at least where we found Tundra Copion. So who knows where you find Tundra quasi-grazers? I do have a feeling that I already have some Tundra Copion horns back at Lawville, but I'm not sure. Are boreal quasi-grazers? It just says boreal quasi-grazers. I don't think it says arboreal. Let's have a quick look. Bloom in Pyro, how you reckon, Ramon? Let's have a look at our journal, right? And we have a look. A Forager's Guide to Stanton. So these are... Oh no, they're Guide to Wildlife. That's all we have, right? Copion. Valacar. There's nothing here about Tundra quasi-grazers. It's just... I don't know what they do, man. Bloom has Tundra quasi-grazers. See, there's nothing in the journal that tells me anything like that. I mean, really. New player experience. I mean, they've got enough people to have somebody who's just writing things up for the journal, right? To be able to give some in-game facility for people to be able to learn things. Or at least to be able to have like an encyclopedia that, you know, you could go to... Whoops, I don't know why I keep tabbing out. Go into your Mobi-Glass, go to the journal, click on the encyclopedia, and then go click on wildlife, right? And then it brings up like little images of Tundra quasi-grazers, cave quasi, copion, forest copions, and you could click on those, and then it would give you a list. These have been located in these different locations, and then you can go, oh, okay. Well, now I know that I can go to, Bloom in Pyro to find Tundra quasi-grazers, or all the other locations that they're found in. I don't know why that isn't there. It would certainly make things a lot easier from a playability perspective. And 2025, ladies and gentlemen, is supposed to be the year of playability. True, according to the letter from the chairman. Just saying. Just saying. All right, we should be able to find some copion down here. As for caves, though, the cave copions, I really don't hold out much hope. Simply because there's no way, in-game at least, to discover a cave. And with the Life Uncharted restrictions, I can't just go and use Verse Guide to find the cave until we've unlocked it. So I guess there's two things for us to focus on unlocking. is A distribution center, and B a cave. Cave will give us options to be able to find cave copions as well as harvestables. So that's one thing we need to add to our shopping list. We've got some cash buck dollary doos. Did we pay our expense for landing? I think we did, right? We logged it at New Babbage, yeah. Get rid of that cruise control. I mean, you'd expect, right, to find tundra quasi-grazers in the same place that you find tundra copion. That makes sense to me. Let's see what we can find. Minables. Nothing. CT, you always find it funny when there are more than one fantasy/sci-fi world in a setting. How are the same species in multiple places? Who's carting predators and such from world to world? Well, you know, that might all be adjusted as time goes on and we've got more animals and stuff in the game, and some are only found on this location, others are only found in this location. The hell is this song, man? No animals, no quasi-grazers, not even some marrocks, no birds. No copions. We came to the wrong location. .100% in the wrong place. Dear me, this is disappointing. This is disappointing. All we can really do at this point is just keep flying about, covering some distance until the biome changes and we stumble across some Copion. Or we can head back on up to OM1, head over to OM3, hope that it's in some daylight, and pop down from OM3. Need to find some snow. Bummer. I was kind of hoping we'd just be able to pop down, quickly find some Copion horns, go complete this mission, earn some reputation up at Everest Harbour. No guild credits today, ladies and gentlemen. No guild credits today. Ramon, you've got to head off. Thank you, mate. I hope you have a wonderful day as well. Thank you for popping in. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for your support, mate. Appreciate you, buddy. What a bummer. You are always welcome as well, Ramoyne. Thank you, mate. This is too long to keep a player waiting to find something. I mean, we haven't seen any animals at all. I mean, to keep players engaged, there needs to be something that gives an indication of you're in the wrong spot. Perhaps try over here, or it knows that I'm tracking this quest and looking for Tundra Copion. After having flown around for 10 minutes and not finding anything, spawn something within 2 kilometers of me. Or kind of like a bounty mission does, right? Like that one that spawned that enemy that we had to fight in the Prospector over near Lowdown. It knows that I'm looking for Tundra Copion, so send me to a location to go have a look and then spawn some in. We've had reports that a pack of Tundra Copion was seen in this region. So now I know I've got an idea of where to head. And when I get there, after a couple of minutes of scanning and pinging and flying around, spawn some in. Because otherwise, this sort of activity just gets super frustrating, right? You know, you get to the point where it's like, oh, well, you know, there's other games that I'll play because, you know, they're things that are actually going to be happening. Glaucosite. And we need to get ourselves a geo. We cannot mine that glaucosite. Actually, when we were up on Microtech last time, I think looking for the Tundra quasi-grazers, we found some Dolovine. We've got a bunch of Dolovine back at the Habs we can sell. Actually, that's sort of... I was saying earlier on about, you know, looting stuff and not finding or not being, you know, taxed by the guild. And when we were mining that Dolovine the other day, it's led me to think that, you know, maybe when I do sell things, the guilds do tax it, but then I also earn reputation with the guilds, depending on how much, you know, I'm selling or how much I've paid to them. You know, for every 10,000 I send to the guild, I get 2 guild rep or something like that. Tundra quasi-grazers. Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? This is not what we want. This is not what we want. But I think while we're here and we've found some Tundra quasi-grazers, let's collect ourselves some. Let's collect ourselves some quasi-grazer eggs or whatever they're called. At least we know we're in the tundra. Well, theoretically. Alright, let's get some armor on. Let's go loot these quasi-grazers. Turret quasi-grazers. Indeed. These guys look different than the desert quasi-grazers. Because they're tundra quasi-grazers. Why can I... Do I need a knife or something? If I do, that would be sweet. Because the desert quasi-grazers have these egg things that you can... These guys have tongues, right? Here we go. A tongue. Haha! Give to me your tongue! You should need a knife to do this, and then there should be a little chopping animation. Chop. Alright, so tundra quasi-grazers give us tongues. Tongues and tongues of loot. Let's go. Not the loot we're looking for, but we'll take it. Hopefully just over the hill. Some tundra some tundra copion, and then at least we'll be able to get our t-shirt from Wicklow. I mean, ideally we'd like to be unlocking Rayari because they're going to be infinitely better for us in terms of, you know, collection contracts than Wicklow will be. Oh, these poor bovine. Just massacred. All right. I think we missed out on one. There we go. It's the time, 7 o'clock. Okay. We need to find these copion quick smart. Because I'm running out of time. 12 quasi-grazer tongues, hey? Lovely. If they taste good, I could totally see raising a grazer ranch. Well, it's something that they've spoken about, you know, being a rancher. You know, raising animals. More tundra quasi-grazers. This is where we find the tundra quasi-grazers, obviously. But what we need is some tundra copion who are hunting these quasi-grazers. Loads more quasi-grazers. Love to be able to mark this area on my map. Looks like we've flown out of the quasi-grazer territory. some sort of gem down here, glaucosite. Some more quasi-grazers. Put the gear down. Oh man. This is no way to run a quest, ladies and gentlemen. No way to run a quest. I get having to search around, but this is frustrating now. I've got other things I need to do. And it's this sort of stuff that makes people not want to play, right? Especially when there's other games in the genre. And by that I mean sci-fi. Think I passed another crash site cross? It's entirely possible because the scanner does not work very well. More tundra quasi-grazers. It's frustrating because, you know, I really enjoy this game, and I really enjoy the promise. Well, not the promise. I really enjoy the possibilities of what this game could deliver. That it's so frustrating when you have these sorts of missions that go into the game that are just really poorly implemented. I mean, the game knows I'm looking for Tundra Copion, so it should spawn them for me. Let me collect those Tundra Copion, and then, you know, get on to the next mission. I mean, how long have we been looking now? 15 minutes? I don't want to say it's been 20 because it probably hasn't. Considering we've found loads of Tundra quasi-grazers and not a single Tundra Copion. I mean, we're at the point now where I really am going to have to make a decision on whether I keep trying to find this ridiculous stuff or I just get on with what I need to get on with. Which is really disappointing. Uber Smith, how are you, my friend? They often seem not to ask themselves, is this fun? Before putting it into the game. Well, you know, everything is half cooked, right? Everything is half cooked. And that's the problem. You know, how much can you put up with eating a half-cooked pizza from the same place over and over and over and over again before eventually you just say, well, look, these guys have said they're going to sort their shit out and they've got a new oven coming. So maybe I'll go back to them once that new oven is there. And it's kind of like that with Star Citizen, right? You know, we've got all this stuff, we're doing all this stuff, you know, this is on the horizon. Okay, well, maybe I should, instead of messing around with my own custom little rule sets, like A Life Uncharted, as much fun as it is, actually say, okay, well, look, I'll go play something else until they finish cooking this frickin' pizza. because it's frustrating, right? When they give you these sorts of missions, but don't implement the mission according, they want an MMO, right? They're saying they want to have an MMO. This is, no other MMO works like this. Every other MMO I've played who sends you on a quest to go find something, sends you to a region or an area, which this game doesn't even give you an indication of where to go to. And then within a couple of minutes, you'll find what you're looking for. And then you keep playing and keep playing and keep playing. Oh, I'll do another one. I'll do another one. I'll do another one. In this instance, the journal doesn't give me any indication on what regions I can go to, what locations or places I can go to try and find Tundra Copion. That's the first issue. And the second issue is, now that I'm in a tundra and I'm finding heaps of Tundra quasi-grazers, and the game knows that I need Tundra Copion, it doesn't spawn any for me. That at this point, you're like, what? Well, I could go play a game that's fun, that actually, yes, has bugs or whatever. But, it knows that I'm looking for Tundra Copion, so it's going to spawn some for me. Totally agree. I've taken a break recently since it's summer and I've got some other stuff to do. It's just frustrating, right? As much as I love this game and I'm happy to be part of its development and put up with, bugs and all that sort of issues, but when things are implemented so poorly, it... Roar. More Tundra quasi-grazers. We had the exact opposite on the weekend. we needed to find Tundra quasi-grazers, and all we could find was Tundra Copion and boreal quasi-grazers. We didn't find a single Tundra quasi-grazer. I mean, things wouldn't be so bad, like, if they allowed us to mark things on our map. Like, for example, mark this location on my map and let me put a little pin saying loads of Tundra quasi-grazers. And then next time I come across a load of, Tundra Copions, put a little mark on my map saying loads of Tundra Copion. That's what they need to do in terms of playability instead of adding rain. Rain is cool. I mean, this is what I was saying. We're still 2-3 years away from an actual game. They're very much building an engine. And I wouldn't be surprised if all of this is just to build the engine. And once the engine is done, will we ever actually see a Star Citizen? PU. I don't know. I'm becoming skeptical. When the barkeep sends you to fight rats in the basement, there's rats in the basement. Yeah, exactly. Had a friend just spend some time, got mercenary script and doing Wicklow. Just the frustration of dealing with using the freight elevator to turn stuff about made him quit playing. Yeah, 100%. 100%. What's even worse is, I'm trying to use the in-game features in second edition of A Life Uncharted. And so this is a legitimate quest that I've picked up using both my rule set to trigger the quest, but then the in-game system in Star Citizen to give me the actual quest. So I'm not imaginating stuff, right? And that's what makes it even worse, is that even with my own custom mission system, as soon as I try to integrate with the game, everything turns to shit. That's what makes it frustrating. It's sort of, you know, it doesn't make me think, why have I wasted my time? Because I love game design, and, you know, over the years I've spent countless hours designing games that I've never done anything with, you know, tabletop games. You know, I like playing around with rules and, you know, systems and stuff like that. And I've enjoyed the process of putting together, you know, this version of A Life Uncharted. It's almost 10 past. I mean, even if we could just count the last 7 minutes since I last checked the time, no other game would have made you explore around for 7 minutes to find something that the game has sent you to go and find. I mean, we're traveling at 275 meters a second. Imagine the distance we've covered. Imagine doing this on foot. Like every other fantasy MMO I've played has been on foot, or you might, you know, once you get to a certain point, you might get a mount that makes traveling around a little bit quicker. But imagine crossing the distance that I've covered in this ship on foot, trying to find some Tundra Copion. They just couldn't do it, right? Because then the game's just not player aware. Again, you know, coming back to saying, you know, it knows I'm looking for Tundra Copion. Spawn some. Let me wait for 2-3 minutes. Let me fly around aimlessly, and then, you know, little timer in the background. Player XYZ has been flying around for 2 minutes in a location where there's Tundra Copion. Okay, fine. Give him some Tundra Copion now. Dynamically spawned, right? Rather than, you know, you can see them when you're flying around, these little purple spots on the landscape, right? They popped up, I don't know, 5 or 6 patches ago. Maybe 3.19 or something like that. You never used to see them before then. But they're spawn points. And those spawn points are dedicated to certain types of things, right? Or so I've been led to believe. Tundra Quasi grazes. I'll just mention that you can get random rewards from Wicklow. Why can't you just pick the reward you want from a menu and play with stuff from your inventory? Yeah. Just imagine how many hovers you'd blown up in this distance. That pinging radar is painful. Needs a way to just have it on. Yes. You know, I don't mind, for me, it's, you know, just a click of my thumb on my stick, but I mean, technically I don't need to have it on. As I fly around, the creatures will just spawn in around me. I'll see their little chevron pop up. See? Like that. Really, you're in a spaceship just looking randomly with your eyes, about the same tech as a World War I biplane? I know, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I mean, get all of these functions working nicely. A proper mission system, a proper scanning system, a proper exploration system, and then worrying about adding dynamic weather and, you know, better clouds and Which is why I was saying before, you know, really they're just building a system right now, an engine, and telling us, you know, that, you know, we're going to have all these things. Well, actually, they're not even telling us we're going to have all these things, right? I think the copion pipe is burning out, ladies and gentlemen. I think the box of hopium is almost empty. Especially when there's other games right now that, you know, honestly, I'd rather be playing. Like, I'd rather finish KCD2. I'd rather play some more Hogwarts Legacy, because that game is fun as just... It's a proper game, man, you know? And then just tune into Star Citizen every patch and just go, okay, what's happening? Actually, bugger it. I'll wait for another half a dozen patches. Just pop in once a year or so and see what's going on. More Tundra Quasi-Grazes. It's 1:15. Except in the biplane, you probably had binoculars. Yeah, it's true. There is copium, but few copium. Indeed. This, ladies and gentlemen, is why you see so many abandoned ships around the place, because people just get frustrated. Site. Need that geo. See, I could be totally the wrong area, but there's nothing here to tell me I'm in the totally wrong area. I'm assuming, given I'm finding Tundra Quasi-Grazes, I'd expect, as a normal person would, as anybody would, to find some Tundra Copion. But in the location where I've found Tundra Copion before, which doesn't look like this, by the way, I never found any Tundra Quasi-Grazes. All the Tundra Copion I've found have been sort of off of the edge of these snowy areas onto the plains and stuff. And given we're on the edge of a massive lake here, we are in the wrong place. We need a little verticality. We're right in the mountains here. It's a bummer, ladies and gentlemen. One more quick scout around this area over here. There seems to be a little less snow over here. And then, sadly, I'm going to have to head off. Mission incomplete. We're going to have to chalk this up as a failure. All right, whilst we're here and we're sort of getting to the point where we need to wrap things up, who wants the expenses from tonight's expeditions? Put your username chat. Put your username in the chat. I think we've got 12,000 credits worth of expenses or 11,000 credits worth of expenses I need to pay. And as we did on the weekend and as we've been doing so far, any expenses that I need to pay, instead of transferring that cash to my main account, give it away to people in chat. So if you want the 11,000 credits from the expenses today, pop your name in chat. Otherwise, no, it's no good. It's no good. All right, at least we've identified that tundra quasi-grazers we find in the snowy mountains. Not the same location that we find tundra copion. Tundra copion we find on the sort of grasslands on the edges of these snowy mountain ranges, of which we haven't found any. We're in the wrong place for tundra copion. It's a bummer. It's a bummer. It's 20 past. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been absolutely enjoyable to have people hanging out with me tonight as I playtest my way through the second episode of A Life Uncharted with everyone's favourite miscreant, Mr. Curtis Crouch. Let's get on the ground here. Let's get some engines off. We've run out of time, ladies and gentlemen. We'll jump into the activity log. So what did we manage to complete? Let's have a look. What activities? I think we killed the bounty, right? We killed the bounty contracts. Yeah, so we've got our 2 collection ones left. So our bounty was complete and our 2 collection jobs have been abandoned. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. So where are we? 15 rep up at Hurston, 4 rep at Everest Harbour. Expenses. 11,000 credits worth of expenses. Nobody has put their hands up. So I shall send that to Crouch. 11,000 worth of expenses. Let's pay that. Lovely, let's pay all expenses. I think we're about done. Just don't have anything active. Nope. Well, a little ranty towards the end, but I tell you, the frustration, ladies and gentlemen, is a little bit justified. There's some things the game does very well and other things it just doesn't do at all. No, that's the wrong one. Don't get up. No. I hope whatever you do today or until the next time I see you is enjoyable. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate everyone's... Here we go. I appreciate everyone's time. It's so close. And I'm lucky enough to have a small enough channel to notice that whoever unfollowed during my rant, peace, take care. There's an option. Oh, it's there. We can get it. It takes a little bit of patience, but we can get it. Uber Smith, my friend, thank you for popping in. Have a good one. Thanks for the stream. Hope that gets to treating you better. It's just a little bit frustrating from time to time. There it is. That's the one we want. It just takes a little bit of getting it. It just takes a little bit. There it is. We got it. Log out. Have a wonderful day. I shall see everybody next time. See ya.